Well, it's a miserable grey Saturday. I'm walking around, we're doing the changeover, so I'm just walking around getting the swims and all that sorted out. Fish jumping out, it's good to see. Yeah, a few weeks back we had Dan Hawkes and his family came over, and I learnt a lot from him in that week, but at the end of it I really only had one question for him, because his work rate was unreal. Not in terms of, you know, moving swims all the time and changing spots all the time, because he did pretty much stick to the same spots all week, but just his mind constantly going, sure, didn't get a bite for the last 6 hours, so something needs to change, or baiting approach, you know, he made like a slop, almost like a zig rig mix one day, because we didn't catch all day. It was roasting hot, and so he made one of them up, and within half an hour we had a bite. So at the end of the week I really only had one question for him, and that was, when do you know to stop making changes and sit and wait? So this is what he said. It's just a few minutes of me and him sitting down having a chat. I did think I was going to have loads of questions for him at the end of the week, but the most important one for me was knowing when to stop making changes, when you know you've done everything right and it's just a matter of time. So this is what he said. Recording it, edit whatever. Right, mate, a couple of questions for you. Obviously I've seen how hard you work throughout the week. My first question would be, I think the last 24 hours is probably a perfect example, innit, of how long do you sit before you think, right, I've got to do something different?
I think the biggest thing is, mate, you can't go away to any venue with any preconceived ideas, and no matter how much you think you might know, you need to ask the people that run the fishery, the bailiff, the people that live there all the time, for their advice and their pointers before you even contemplate putting a rod out, doing a lap round with them, being told spots, areas. Like you would have seen throughout the course of the week, I'm relentless, I'm meticulous, I want to be in the right spot consecutively getting bites, and I won't stop working until I get a bite. It couldn't have started any better. 8 fish in the first 24 hours, which you said was a new record for the lake.
Which was seven fish in 24 hours. That was the record, and you one fish off the week's record, and that was 4 people fishing. So it's my last night tonight, my 5th night, but I have only done one night, which was last night with you, which was nice. It was nice for you to get the rods out. Obviously you've left me and my family to have the lake to ourselves, but to have, I think now I've had 24, you've had one just now, a lovely one, a little scaly one just now,
but ringing the changes that can keeping the bites coming. It's not like I'm not sitting on my hands resting on my laurels. It's gone very quiet over a 24-hour period, even though we've been out, had a great day at a French park, spent some time with the family, come back to the venue, and while we was out I thought, I've got to make a change. So I've gone for maximum attraction, minimal food content. Like, it's basically dust and crushed maple mulberry boilies down to the finest I can get them, no big pieces, and loads of liquid content. But majority of the liquid content is your lake water. It's like a slop. If you was fishing at linear fisheries, fishing over zigs, you'd be putting out what we're putting out now. It's just loads of attraction, minimal food content, and the only thing that they can get is all the aroma, all the flavour profiles, and the only thing that's left is your hook bait. And it's worked for me. I've had a bite straight away, and a 33-pound common, and you've just had the only fully scaled in the lake after ringing those changes.
I suppose it's certainly for me anyway. If I'm like, when I woke up this morning, I thought, right, like you say, I'm going to treat it as a day session. I've only got 15, 16 hours, or even just 24 hours. And I started off the day like that, so I thought, right, I'm going to make up some bags, cast them out, and almost sort of every 2 hours.
Fishing for a bite tactics.
Fishing for a bite, but all I was getting was hassle from small fish. So in my mind, I'm thinking, right, okay, I need to go bigger baits, spread the bait out. But you went the complete opposite way, didn't you? And that's what's done the trick.
It's funny because when you think of bitty mixes, small pellets, boilie crumb, boilie dust, minimal food content, when there is, I don't want to call them nuisance fish because they're nice carp. They're carp. You're not catching bream, you're not catching silvers, you're not catching minnows, they're carp.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you want to catch the carp that we're here for. We're here to try and catch the big ones. And like you said, for the couple of years that you've run the venue, there's a few fish that just do not get caught. And they're the ones we're trying to outwit. I've had a great week, you know. Yeah. 2 of the A team you said that I've caught, the captain and Nemo.
And Nemo, yeah.
Biggest mirror in the lake.
Yeah.
Probably second or third biggest common in the lake. Yeah. And I've had the biggest cat in the lake as well. Yeah. So we've had a great week as a family, but as a carp angler, as everyone does, you always want more. You ultimately want to catch the biggest that swims. The ultimate goal in carp fishing is the venues that you go to, you want to catch the biggest one in there. And it might take you a succession of 1 trip, it might take you 7 trips going to that venue. But every time you go, you're working it out, you're getting more small pieces to the bigger picture of the puzzle, to try and work it out all the time. And I feel like I've relatively worked the lake out really well. I found some nice areas. The topography of the lake, I helped me find it with casting with a lead, but the bait boat's been paramount.
That bait boat's, it's found so many small holes in it.
Yeah, that's it's not a plug, but UK Bespoke Bait Boats, the guy who runs it, Dell, has always looked after me as an ambassador. But I have caught countless fish I would not have caught without that technology that's on that boat. We literally have found a spot that's a quarter of a foot deeper.
Yeah.
And they're happy to be there, but more importantly, they're happy to feed there. Yeah. And ultimately, why that is that deeper is because they feed there. Yeah. Yeah. And you could spend an hour with a marker rod trying to find that spot. We found it in
5 minutes, if that.
Less than 5 minutes.
Well, we actually found it by mistake, didn't we? We were driving out to another spot.
Yeah, found it by mistake. And you make a mental point on the horizon marker. Like, people think bait boats they're cheating, but then you could say a rowing boat's cheating. Ultimately, what I like to do is I find a horizon marker. You find the spot, you wrap the rods up. If you need to cast at night, because lo and behold, technology can go wrong. Batteries can stop working, handsets can go down, boats can stop working. You know, it's electronics, things can go wrong. So ultimately, there's no point finding a spot, not wrapping it up via distance sticks, for all eventualities and worst case scenarios that it stops working. One's just shown then off the tree out there, to the right where you are now.
That's where my rods are.
They are, mate, you're in a really good zone now. But worst case scenario, electrics fail, you can still cast out, you can still spom, you can still apply bait. Yeah. But I just think, you've got to be adaptable as an angler, whether if the venues allow it, you fish zigs when it's hot. Here there's no zigs, which I think is good for French fishing. Such big fish, you don't want to be fishing zigs. Yeah. Light hook links, things can go wrong. You've got a structure out there, you've got an island, you don't want fish towing around lines. So I agree with that, your rules. So we fished it by putting in loads of liquid attractors, maple mulberry, the liquid food, with loads of lake water. The biggest ingredient is lake water. Yeah. Just mixed with the minimal food content, and it just creates clouds and clouds and clouds of attraction. What it does, it gets them investigating, and when they do go down the feed, there's just one hook bait there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like you say, you're fishing for a bite, you know, especially, I mean, like you say, you're going to the last evening now. Yeah. And the last 24 hours has been a ghost town, hasn't it?
Yeah, and to be fair, like, I won't fish tonight either. I've had such a great week with the kids. My daughter's been catching carp all the way up to £7-8 on pellet wagglers. She's been catching them on float fishing with sweet corn. My son's had PBs, 38. Emma's had a PB at 36. Yeah. I've had 2 of them named.
The big ones, the
18, the biggest cat in the lake. You know, it's been phenomenal. The food's been great, and your hospitality's been great. And I just think that people get blasé. They want to go to France, and don't get me wrong, you've got an absolute gem in here. And ultimately, I've got a few hours left of my session. I haven't caught the one I wanted to catch, the biggest one that swims. So I will come back, because you've still got that vengeance where you want to catch the biggest that swims. Yeah. But we can't thank you enough, and I can't recommend people enough. I'm not just saying it because I'm sitting with you. I can't recommend people enough. I've been fortunate enough through my angling career to fish some of the most amazing places around the world, and I'll put this up there as one of the best trips I've ever had. 1, ultimately because my family's here. 2, because of hospitality. 3, the venue's incredible. We've got somewhere where we can go and stay. We've got a swimming pool. And the fish are incredible. And it ain't all about fish weights. People get blasé on fish weights. You can get so drawn into fish weights. If I wanted to go for 70s, 80s and bigger, I would book the venues that have got them. This is a family trip,
Yeah.
and you know it's been a great trip when my daughter, my son and my wife ask if we can come back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so,
and that's their first sort of
first ever trip to
experience
France.
of,
I've been going abroad for 12 years fishing all around the world.
Yeah,
this is up there as one of the best trips because of the memories that you make. So
No,
again,
I appreciate that, mate. Honestly, having all of you has been brilliant. The kids have been great. You know, Mrs is very supportive of you fishing, isn't she? Obviously, well, she ain't got a choice, really, has she?
we've had a few days out, but it has been nice in the evening to kick back in the lodge. You can just relax. The rods are in. Latest I left the rods out any night. Did one night last night with you. A few beers, barbecue. The latest I left the rods out any night was 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, kids are in bed. You can just chill out, relax, watch your TV. You've got Netflix in there. You can watch a movie. It's fucking
and it's almost done you good, isn't it? Because you come out early mornings and had, you know, free fish in an hour.
Yeah, a key thing I would honestly say to come to this venue and any venue is rest the swim. Just even if it means pulling your rods in for 3 hours, go to the supermarket, have some lunch, pull the rods in and just bait and apply. The other thing I haven't done is I've had the same 4 spots on the 4 rods all week.
Yeah.
I have stuck to my guns and stuck to my laurels, and that's a bleep. Now
we're going to have to run off again in a minute.
It'd be nice to get a bite on camera.
We might be able to get this video done at some point if we can keep the rods in the water.
No, it would be nice. It'd be nice to get a bite on camera. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great. I've kept to the same spots. I started the week, didn't I, with this whole side with a couple of rods on the chorizo. This side's been on the maple mulberry, and just like my other 2 previous trips to France this year, the mulberry's done the biggest fish.
Yeah.
You know, Lac Rose, Serene, and now here the mulberry. The chorizo's done more bites, but the mulberry's been selective and picked out the bigger fish, which is nice, you know, because I know other venues in England the chorizo's done the bigger fish. Yeah. But it just shows that both baits work.
But you can see it works. It's all in the slings and the cradles when you get them in, isn't it?
Yes,
it's and when you crush it in your hand, it's super soft, but it's not so soft.
Yeah, it's nutritional, palatable, goes through them quickly. But the fish fight like crazy in here. Like every one you'd expect. You've got 20 cats in here. Yeah. You could have a carp of 33 pounds, and you think it's a cat. Yeah. You think it's a cat.
Yeah, they don't give up.
They're pumped. They're pumped. Where you got the oxygen with the aerators. Yeah, it's a great little venue, mate. You should both be very proud.
No, I appreciate it, Dan. It's been great having you, and I really do appreciate it. You know, letting me fish with you for the last 24 hours. It's like one of my dreams, really. You know what I mean? I know it's only been a short time, but you know what I've learned in the last 24 hours. Probably the most important thing is I really need to diversify my fishing. I think because what I would never have thought of what you thought of today. Because I get stuck in your ways, don't you?
You can sit behind motionless rods, and ultimately I treat every European trip. I get one night a week in England, usually a Monday or Tuesday, so I fish on limited time. I work hard and I work my nuts off to catch and keep bringing consistency of results, so you work harder. Yeah. I treat a European trip, if I've got 4 nights, it's 4 overnighters. Yeah. If I've got 5, it's 5 overnighters. Like I've had here, we've done days only, respectively, so I've treated it like day sessions, but I've applied bait knowing that I'm getting back in the same swim the next day. Yeah. No lines out of the water, and the rods are going instantly. Yeah. Because there's no lines out of the water. So if anyone does come out here, I would genuinely recommend, even if you do it twice a week, get a great night's sleep, whether you're bivvied up in the swims or if you're in the lodge. Yeah. Get a great night's sleep, pull the rods in, just chill out and relax. The fish ain't going anywhere. It's a relatively small lake, 5 acres. Yeah. It's not got no real majority of depth changes. Real deep up that end, considering the consistency of the lake. Goes down to like the area that I found just off the down wall was really nice, really firm drop. That's a great area to fish if people come out here as well. Like obviously speak to Rob and Roxy, the owners, but that area out there's done a lot of bites.
I mean that's the thing too, and I mean I've been about as well, haven't I? So you've been able to fish really 2/3 of the lake, haven't you? And bites have come from all over. It's not like one swim's done better than the other.
Yeah, there's no swim. Like I said, the chorizo on this side's done more bites. That side's done the better bites
and the bigger fish.
But I've had 24. But I've had 24 fish. Yeah, you know, like 2 cats, 22 carp, and a few hours left. We're getting liners still now. There's opportunities for more, and I probably am going to hang it out to try and get the record or match it at least. So
we need 1 to match it and 2 to beat it.
Yeah,
and you get to go on the wall in the lodge.
Yeah, I'm quite a competitive person, and when I realised that there was 8 fish for the record for a day, I was relentless, but still pulled them in the evening. Yeah. If I can have 1 more, I'm going home happy, whatever. But I can have one last family shot.
Yeah.
I'll be made up. Like the picture of the captain, that common's a joke.
Yeah.
That fish is a joke.
Yeah.
Once that gets to £60, it'd be like people will be super sought after fish. That is a ridiculous fish.
Well, they're solid fish too, aren't they?
Yeah.
Apart from Oreo, the one I just had now, which we'll show you a picture of, they ain't got guts on them, have they?
No, they're all
they're
pucker.
muscle. Yeah, so
They're all pucker. Every fish is great.
Well, mate, honestly, it's been amazing having you. It really has.
That's been good.
Appreciate you, as I said, letting me fish with you.
Oh,
It's
mate,
been lovely.
It's lake exclusive for Shore Lake. You could have told me like you pull rods in, but I'm more than happy for you to fish. The great thing is like it's been great for my family. Like Emma's got on great with Roxy.
Yeah.
Both of you are amazing with both the kids. The dogs that you've got. Your dog Ava absolutely loves Dutchie.
Yeah.
The cats are great,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been really nice as well using a pellet waggler and a float rod.
Yeah.
Catching carp, you can go places where you catch smaller fish, but catching carp to decent sizes on them has been great fun. So no, thank you.
That's how we all started out, wasn't it? You go float fishing with your old man,
and you can't forget it.
Yeah, and you never forget it. You never forget those experiences. But yeah, thanks, mate. I'll shake you around one more time.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll get a bucket at some point for the record for the week.
We'll see.
But I'll get that bucket in the freezer now. Ready for you.
Well, we're definitely coming back next year anyway, because the big one's evaded me.
Yeah. Well, it'll be even bigger next year.
All right.
So, yeah. All right, thanks, mate.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah, cheers. So, yeah, cheers, Dan. You're an absolute legend. People say don't meet your heroes, but I'm glad I did. And thanks for letting me fish with you for the day. It was a bit of a red letter day for me. So, yeah, mate, absolute legend. I think that's our guests turning up for this next week. Hopefully we can get them on the fish.